Hello everyone, it's the day after Christmas. Marshawn and I are totally snowed in Roscoe, and my computer is in Jamestown along with my art supplies. My iPad's up there. I usually use that for photo references. I do have my watercolors here, so I was able to do a project today. Since my iPad is up in Jamestown, I had to scour my basement to try to find something to paint. Luckily, I stumbled across a box of old photographs from like 2002, 2003, and I found a few good reference photos. The first photo that I ended up doing a painting from is a very familiar scene to me. This is about a mile from where I grew up on my dad's farm. I had to drive by this slough anytime we went anywhere, so to town, to church, to school. I was seeing this all the time. I used to pretend it was the ocean when I was a little kid. The first painting that I did the sunset in the spring, and then I thought it would be fun to try drawing the same scene as if it were today, so with a snowstorm happening. And I didn't have any reference photos that had landscapes with snow, but I've been in the Midwest long enough to know what a snowstorm looks like. I don't paint a lot of snow scenes, but I thought that today was as good a time as any to give it a try. So the next series of photos that I ended up doing a painting from, I love trains. I found these two cool photos. I really don't remember where I was when these photos were taken, but it seems like it might have been Sioux City, Iowa. I'm just not sure. It was in August of 2000 and, let's see, I thought it said on here. There it is. August of 2002. So if you were with me in August of 2002, maybe you can enlighten me, tell me where we were, but I think it was Sioux City, Iowa for some reason. So anyway, I combined these two photos, and I really loved how the train is contrasted with the darkness under the bridge, and then just a little bit of buildings peeking out. I did my own interpretation of this scene, and this was probably my favorite one of the four that I did. There's just something about the lines in this painting and the colors and the shapes. So this was my favorite one to work from. Usually when I'm working on watercolors, or any paintings for that matter, I'm doing more than one at a time because they need some drying time anyway, so I'll bounce back and forth between the first ones that I'd started and then the train scene, and then later on I actually started another picture. This painting is taken from a photo of my grandpa and grandma's farm. It's really hard to see it in the video, but the house is actually no longer standing. This photo was also from 2002. Again, decided to do a winter theme instead of this spring scene that we see here. I wanted to make it snowier since we're experiencing a blizzard right now. So this was the fourth and final painting that I did during my 2-day blizzard. Come on. Come on. You can do it. I know you can do it. The very first photo that I pulled out was from 2003, and it's of a sign that says "Welcome to California." It made me smile. It was from a trip that I took out to Disneyland with some friends of mine. We met my mom and my brother out there, so really fun trip. Happy memory. I'm glad that that was the first picture I pulled up, but not a very good one to paint from. Say hello to everybody in the world. In the past, when I've made time-lapse projects, I've relied pretty heavily on my computer for video editing. So this blizzard has presented kind of an interesting creative challenge in that I've had to use my phone to make this entire video. I've done everything on my iPhone 6 and on iMovie. Pretty sweet. I also usually try to throw together some sort of catchy jingle in GarageBand, but I don't have my instruments here, so you have to listen to me talk to you instead. I'm using a lot of wet into wet techniques on the sky. I'm adding lots of different shades of blue, turquoise, brown, purple into my skies to create these different tones. These would actually be considered mixed media pieces because after the watercolor paint dries, I'm going back in and adding finer detail with colored pencil, ballpoint pen, crayon in some instances, just to give it a little bit of an added texture, some finer lines, some finer details. I'm also using a small watercolor brush as well to get some of those lines that you're seeing in the background. Usually my watercolor paintings take around 2 to 4 hours to complete. The smaller ones of the sunset at the farm took not quite that long this time around. These were probably around an hour each. Of course, the drying time takes a little bit longer, so we're probably looking at 2 hours to complete these if I were to work on them non-stop. After the paintings are dry, the last step will be to mat them and then to package them in cellophane. This just helps to protect them from spills, from moisture damage, from stains, from rubbing up against other paintings, or from fingerprints, exposure to the elements, things like that. Once they are packaged, they can be made available for sale, and I will list these on my Etsy store if you're interested in purchasing them. Thank you for watching. If you like my painting videos, please leave a comment or click the like button, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more and stay updated as to where I'm going and what I'm doing. And I'll be sharing more fun projects and painting videos in the future. So talk to you soon. Thank you.